Hello, voice is audible. Voice is audible. Voice is audible or not? Someone
Yes,
just
sir.
reply. Okay. We will just wait for 2 minutes. Students are joining still. Okay. So my voice is audible. So today we will going to start the last point from this chapter, that is nothing but the comparison of AC and DC system. But before that, we will take some revision what we have covered, that is important point 1, and that is expected from you people. Okay, everybody got this one? Upon in the previous lecture we have covered this point, that is nothing but the comparison of overhead and underground system. Okay, now I will start with the one point, whatever the you know about that point, that is how comparison has been happened between overhead system and underground system. You have to give the explanation or you have to give the answer for that. Okay, everybody got this one? Now first point is nothing but the fault location. So can anybody describe by taking the reference of fault location, what we can differentiate overhead and underground system? कौन डिस्क्राइब करते हैं? Who is going to describe or who is going to tell the difference between them, or should I call the name of each and every student? नाव घ्यायची का प्रत्येकाची? Roll number 5, Pallavi, you can distribute or you can differentiate the overhead and underground system basis of fault location.
Location.
Your voice is not audible, Pallavi.
Comparison of overhead and underground system. First one, fault location.
In overhead system, as the overhead line is visible, it is easy to find the location of the fault. In underground system, as the underground cable is invisible, it is very difficult to find the location of the fault.
So in which system we are going to find the fault location easily?
In overhead system.
Correct, absolutely very correct. Okay, then the next point is nothing but the initial cost. Who is going to tell now initial cost from voice side now? Who is going to tell us? Roll number 23, Pramod. Unmute yourself. Pramod, unmute yourself. Roll number 23. Whether my voice is audible or not? कोण आहे का त्यांचे मित्र? त्यांना सांगा रोल नंबर 23 ला प्रमोदला अनम्यूट करा म्हणून. फक्त नुसतं मोबाईलला कनेक्ट करून बसायचं नाही आपल्याला घरी. कोण सांगताय बॉयज मध्ये? रोल नंबर 18 दिनेश, आवाज येतोय का? वेदर व्हॉइस इज ऑडिबल? See, at least you are now engineer. Okay, make sure that whenever your professor or whenever teacher will ask you, whether just reply whether yes or no. You are not now first standard, second standard student. You are engineering student. हा कॉमन सेन्स तुमच्या मध्ये राहू द्यात की तुम्हाला एखाद्या तुमच्या प्रोफेसरनी तुम्हाला काय कळलंय का नाही कळलंय का की ह्याचा आन्सर काय त्याचा आन्सर काय विचारल्यावर कमीत कमी यस तरी म्हणायचं किंवा कमीत कमी नो तरी म्हणायचं. नाहीतरी हे फक्त अनम्यूट करून बसलं तर मग त्याचा काही उपयोग नाही. आता रोल नंबर 23 तो प्रमोद, त्याला हाक मारला तर तो ओपन देत नाही का? आम्ही त्याचे हे करू, त्याला काय त्याची प्रेझेंट हे करू? मग इथं मी त्याला मी अबसेंट करणार आहे या लेक्चरला, वेदर ही इज प्रेझेंट ऑर नो आय डोंट नो. कोण त्याचा मित्र असेल तर सांगा त्याला, सर तुला बोलत आहेत म्हणा, तू मोबाईल कुठं तर चांगल्या ठिकाणी ठेवला असेल, आवाज येत नसेल तिथून, म्हणून सर बोलत आहेत म्हणा तुला. त्याच्यानंतर मी कुणाला विचारलेलं अजून? योगेश, रोल नंबर 41. रोल नंबर 41, Yogesh. Whether my voice is audible to you? Yogesh, roll number 41. सी, तुमचा जर हा ॲटिट्यूड असेल तर मी पण मग एवढं काही हे करणार नाही. ओके, पटपट 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 काय करू, शिकवून टाकून चॅप्टर संपून टाकू. 8 चॅप्टर संपला, 6 चॅप्टर संपायला किती वेळ लागते त्याला? झाला हा चॅप्टर तर आज संपतोय. पुढचं नेक्स्ट चॅप्टर विल गोइंग टू एंड विदिन 2 hours and I will within 4 hours I will end the chapter. I know how to complete the chapter within 4 hours and 2 hours. Why to waste that much time? ओके, प्रत्येक एका पॉइंटवर मी तुम्हाला 5-5, 10-10 मिनिटं एक्सप्लेनेशन देतोय. For each and every point, I am giving 5 to 10 minute explanation. This is 10 minutes points. Overhead and underground system. Then also I have covered this point in 1 hour. प्रत्येक एका पॉइंटचं मी तुम्हाला एक्सप्लेनेशन दिलेलं आहे. Each and every point I have given the explanation. But if you are doing like this one, no, then it is within no, what I can say, there is no use of just attending the lecture and all these things. No one knows simple point, and you don't have to do any rocket science. It is visible to your screen, just you have to read and tell me. If you are doing like this one, then see, I will finish the chapter. I don't know about the other things, whether you are getting or not. पटपट पटपट चॅप्टर संपून टाकतो. पुढच्या आठवड्यात आपल्या सिलेबस संपते. मग जे काय तुम्हाला त्याच्यातलं डिटेल डिस्कशन करायचं आहे, काय करायचं आहे ते तुमच्या तुम्ही करा. तुमच्या सीसीला विचारा काय करायचं ते करा. चालते का सगळ्यांना? Whether it is acceptable to each and every student? तसं कन्फर्मेशन द्या, आपण दोन आठवड्यात चॅप्टर संपू, त्याला काय आपल्याला 2 आठवड्यात सिलेबस संपू, त्याला काय लय वेळ लागत नाहीये. If IS is there, you are unable to write a question by seeing from your notebook and notes. आता बघा कोण आहे, हे काय म्हणतोय, अनम्यूट होत नाही. कसं आता मगाशी जे त्यांनी अनम्यूट करून आन्सर दिलं, तर ते कसं दिलं, आय डोंट नो हाऊ दे हॅव गिवन आन्सर. हा, श्रुती, वेदर माय व्हॉइस इज ऑडिबल टू यू?
येस सर.
हा, कसं काय अनम्यूट होते, हे कोण चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये टाकते अनम्यूट होत नाही म्हणून, हे बाकीचे कसे अनम्यूट करून आन्सर देत आहेत? सी, डोंट गिव्ह जस्ट रिझन्स. ओके, रिझन देण्यात काही पॉइंट नाही. हे होत नाही, ते होत नाही, हे येत नाही, ते येत नाही. एकाला विचारलं तर साधा आवाज तुम्हाला एक पॉइंट ह्याच्यावरचा पीपीटी वरचा बघून जर सांगता येत नसेल, देन इट इज बिकम व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट. कोण होते मागच्या लेक्चरला, कोण ऍब्सेंट होते मागच्या लेक्चर? इन प्रिव्हियस लेक्चर हाऊ मेनी स्टुडंट्स वर ऍब्सेंट? बघा, हे काय स्टुडंट आता लेक्चरला एंटर होत आहेत. लेक्चर आपलं स्टार्ट झालेलं आहे 10 वाजता. कुठं आहे? हा, रोल नंबर 21. रोल नंबर 21, Mallikarjun Jokre. Whether voice is audible to you?
Yes, sir.
What is the time of our lecture? Whether it is 10 or 10:15?
Sir, 10.
Then?
Sorry, sir. Late.
How many times I have told you? Join before time, before time, before time. Or should I do like this? In first 5 minutes, I will take attendance. Whatever the remaining student will going to join, I will not put your attendance. Should I do like this? If it is yes, okay. If it is no, then tell me. You are not able to give the answer by seeing it on what I can say PPT. Then what you are doing? बरं, असं तुम्हाला टास्क पण नाहीये की कोणता टास्क दिलाय त्याच्यामुळे तुम्हाला ते बघून पण सांगता येईल, असं आहे का कोण? सांगू शकते का? रोल नंबर 2 पल्लवी, सेकंड पॉइंट. सांगा सेकंड पॉइंट, इनिशियल कॉस्ट. मला एवढंच सांगा फक्त, इनिशियल कॉस्ट कुणाची जास्त आहे कुणाची कमी आहे, एवढंच सांगा फक्त. जस्ट टेल ओनली दॅट थिंग. Whose initial cost is more or whose initial cost is less? Roll number 2, Pallavi.
Underground system is more. And overload line is less.
Correct, absolutely. The initial cost for the underground system is more and the overhead system is less. Can you tell, is it possible for you to give the justification why the cost of underground system is more? Pallavi, is it possible for you why the cost of underground system is more?
It is requires digging and manholes.
Correct, absolutely correct, very correct answer. Okay, as far as the underground system is concerned, the main important part in the underground system is we require continuous digging for all purpose. Means what we have to do, we have to dig it, then we have to insert cables there, then we have to cover it the proper, what I can say, with the proper arrangement. So that's why the initial cost which is related to the underground system and overhead system, underground system initial cost is more as compared to the overhead system. Absolutely correct, very good. Now we will go with the third point, that is nothing but the chances of fault. Okay, so can anybody tell us What regarding chance of fault? Who is going to tell us now? The chance of fault as per the comparison of overhead and underground system. रोल नंबर 12 दीपाली सांगू शकते का? रोल नंबर 12 दीपाली पोद्दार. बघा त्यांना आवाज पण जात नाही. रोल नंबर 13 ऋतुजा सांगू शकता का? ऋतुजा.
Yes, sir.
Can you differentiate overhead system and underground system on the basis of chances of fault? कुठल्या
Yes,
सिस्टम डिफरन्शिएट करा.
In overhead system, chances of fault are overhead line exposed to the environment. The chances of fault are more in overhead system. In underground system, the cables are not exposed to the environment, so there is a less chance of fault.
म्हणजे कुठल्या सिस्टीम मध्ये चान्सेस ऑफ फॉल्ट कमी आहेत? इन विच सिस्टम
Underground.
आणि
Underground.
कुठल्या सिस्टीम मध्ये मोर आहेत?
Overhead system.
Correct, absolutely. In the underground system, the chances of faults are more. Okay. And in underground system, chances of faults are less. And as far as the overhead systems are concerned, chances of faults are more. Okay, because our line is directly exposed to the atmosphere. आपली लाईन काय झालेली आहे? ऍटमॉस्फिअर, डिरेक्टली ऍटमॉस्फिअरला एक्सपोज झालेली आहे. म्हणजे काय, आता बघा ओव्हरहेड सिस्टीम मध्ये काय, whatever the line is there that is above the ground level, that's why we can say chances of faults are more in the overhead system. Next, safety issue. So which system is more safer and which system is less safer? Who is going to tell us?
Shall I, sir?
Yes, okay, go.
Sir, underground system is more safer than overhead system.
Correct, absolutely. The underground system is more safer than the, what we can say, overhead system, because see, underground system, whatever the cables or whatever the conductors are there, they are not visible to us, so we are not in directly contact with them. Okay, but as far as this particular overhead systems are concerned, the conductors are visible to us, then it is nearby to the, what I can say, populated area, or it is nearby to our home. That's why we can say that underground system is more safer than the overhead system, or conversely, what you can say, overhead system is less safer as compared to the underground system. Okay, then useful life. Who is going to tell us regarding that useful life? किती इयर्स आहे युजफुल लाईफ ची? कोण सांगताय? फक्त बघूनच सांगायचं आता.
In overhead system, useful life is approximately 20 to 25 years.
Correct.
And in underground system, useful life is approximately 40 to 50 years.
Correct, absolutely. You can remind this all word. Why? Because in MCQ they will going to ask the question on this point. Okay, the useful life for the what we can say, overhead system is of 20 to 25 years, and underground system is of what, 40 to 50 years. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
Now,
sir.
next, who is going to differentiate based on appearance?
As compared to appearance in overhead system, the lines are visible. Because of that, appearance is not good.
Correct.
And in an underground system, the lines are not visible. Because of that, appearance is good.
Correct, absolutely. See, as far as the appearance is concerned, appearance मध्ये कसं दिसते, तुमची सिस्टीम दिसायला कशी दिसते. Okay, so as far as this particular point is concerned, as you know that in overhead system, whatever the lines are there that are visible, every time it is visible. Okay, so appearance is not that much good. But as far as underground system is concerned, all lines are invisible. That's why appearance is good. Absolutely correct. No problem with that. Okay, we will move toward forward now. Now who is going to differentiate as far as the maintenance cost is concerned? मला फक्त आता एवढंच सांगायचं आहे की कुठल्या सिस्टीम मध्ये मेंटेनन्स कॉस्ट जास्त लागणार आहे, कुठल्या सिस्टीम मध्ये मेंटेनन्स कॉस्ट कमी आहे. हु इज गोइंग टू टेल अस दिस पॉइंट?
Can I, sir?
Yes, okay. Go forward.
The maintenance cost in overhead system is less and the maintenance cost in underground system is more as compared to overhead system.
Correct, absolutely correct. In the underground system, the maintenance cost is more, okay, as compared to the overhead system. Okay, म्हणजे बघा कारण का, जर सपोज एखादा फॉल्ट झाला किंवा तुम्ही पहिल्यांदा विचार करा, मला अंडरग्राउंड सिस्टीम, इफ आय हॅव टू एस्टॅब्लिश द अंडरग्राउंड सिस्टीम, then first of all what I have to think is that I have to first of all dig it. Okay, then I have to, what I can say, put the all the cables and all materials there, then I have to cover with proper what we can say safety arrangement. पण तसं अंडरग्राउंड ओव्हरहेड सिस्टीम मध्ये काय, डायरेक्टली उभा करायचं, देन केबल्स कनेक्ट करायचं, देन इट इज ओके. बट जर एखादा फॉल्ट झाला तर मला परत इन दी अंडरग्राउंड सिस्टीम व्हॉट आय हॅव टू डू, आय हॅव टू डिग इट, देन आय हॅव टू रिमूव्ह द फॉल्ट or any problem is going to occur, that I have to dig it. For that I will require different what we can say labor cost and all these things. That's why as far as the maintenance cost is concerned, so what we think in, or what we have to keep in our mind, in the underground system maintenance cost is more as compared to the overhead system. Okay, then flexibility. Now only I want only this explanation, which system is more flexible and which system is less flexible. Who is going to tell us now? Who is going to tell us?
Overhead system is more flexible and underground system is not flexible.
Correct. Overhead system is more flexible because if you want to expand the overhead system, then it is easily possible for us to expand that system. But this case is not possible in case of underground system. If you have to establish the underground system, we cannot, is it possible for to expand, but it is not easily possible for us to expand that system. That's why the overhead system is more flexible as compared to the underground system. Okay, absolutely correct. Then now I am expecting this point from boys side. Okay, these 2 points are very, what I can say, different points are there. If you are not able to justify it, no problem for me, because हे कंडक्टर साइडचा जो प्रॉब्लेम आहे किंवा तो पार्ट आहे तो आपण नेक्स्ट बघणारच आहोत. आपला पुढच्या चॅप्टर मध्ये तोच पार्ट स्टडी करायचा आहे, दॅट इज कंपॅरिझन ऑफ डिफरंट कंडक्टर्स फॉर द एसी अँड डीसी ट्रान्समिशन. आता ऍप्लिकेशन कोण सांगतंय? हु इज गोइंग टू टेल अस बेस्ड ऑन द ऍप्लिकेशन? कोण सांगताय कुठल्या सिस्टीमचं ऍप्लिकेशन? हु इज गोइंग टू टेल अस? वाचून सांगितलं तरी चालेल, मला काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही. रोल नंबर 17 सांगू शकते का? Govind, roll number 17. Is it possible for you to tell it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell the application of overhead as well as underground system.
Overhead line. The cost of this system is low. Therefore, the overhead line used in the long transmission system.
And the last point is also important. Rural areas for the distribution
Rural area
system.
for the distribution system.
And in underground system, करेक्ट आहे. अंडरग्राउंड सिस्टीमचं सांगा आता.
सर ते कुठनं डिवाइड काहीच कळण्यासाठी.
See, as far as this underground system is concerned, its cost is high. Okay, that's why it is used for the short distance and in the populated areas where the space is the major concern. Okay, where the space is major concern. Space is major concern म्हणजे काय, जिथे स्पेसचा प्रॉब्लेम असतोय तिथे आपण काय करतोय, जनरली वी आर प्रेफरिंग दिस व्हॉट वी कॅन से अंडरग्राउंड सिस्टम. ओके, सी एक्झाम मध्ये तुम्हाला जर असा क्वेश्चन आला, व्हॉट वी कॅन से differentiate between underground system and overhead system. असं जर पॉइंट वाईज जर तुम्ही डिफरन्शिएट केलं तर then it will be very good for us. ओके, आणि जर एमसीक्यू वाईज जर तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवणार असाल तर तुम्हाला माहिती आहे एमसीक्यू कसं लक्षात ठेवायचं, हाऊ टू रिमाइंड एमसीक्यू, यू नो दॅट. ओके, now we will move towards our next point, that is comparison of AC and DC system. Okay, now see, they have given, we have compared this particular system based on advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so generally in the ISC or in other exam, how the question will be asked like this one: write short note on advantages and disadvantages of AC and DC system. त्यालाच तुम्ही काय म्हणू शकता, you can give the comparison of AC and DC system. Okay, AC and DC system. म्हणजे तुम्हाला कंपॅरिझन जरी सांगितलं तरी तुम्ही असं लिहू शकता, AC सिस्टीमचे ऍडव्हान्टेजेस डिसएडव्हान्टेजेस, DC सिस्टीमचे ऍडव्हान्टेजेस अँड डिसएडव्हान्टेजेस. यू कॅन कंपेअर इन दॅट वे. Okay, so first of all we will start with the AC system. So which are the advantages of AC system? See, power, whatever the power which is generated in the AC system which is at the higher voltage. बघा, आपण जी AC सिस्टीम मध्ये पॉवर जनरेट करत आहोत ती हायर व्होल्टेज मध्ये पण जनरेट करू शकतो. कसं काय, आपण बघितलं, व्हॉट वी हॅव सीन, व्हॉट वी हॅव सीन, वी आर जनरेटिंग the what we can say electrical energy at the generating station near about up to 11 kilovolt, 11 kilovolt means this is a higher voltage. म्हणजे आपलं नॉर्मली व्होल्टेज कुठलं असते, इफ वी आर गोइंग टू कंपेअर दी नॉर्मल व्होल्टेज of our household appliances or whatever the what we can say voltage which is available near to our house, that is of what 230 volt AC single phase. पण आपण काय करतोय, पॉवर जनरेट करताना काय करतोय, वी आर गोइंग टू जनरेट दी पॉवर ऍट 11 किलोव्होल्ट, 3 फेज 11 किलोव्होल्ट जनरेट करतोय. दिस इज अ हाय व्होल्टेज. ओके, so as far as the AC system is concerned, the first advantage is that we can generate the AC power at the high voltage. Okay, we can generate the AC power at the higher voltage. Then another important advantages, me advantage number 3 सांगतो बघा. The very most important advantages, or you can say the very important advantage of AC system is, म्हणजे AC सिस्टीमचा सगळ्यात मोठा ऍडव्हान्टेज काय आहे, द AC व्होल्टेज कॅन बी स्टेप्ड अप और डाउन as per the requirement with the help of one device, that is nothing but the transformer. Okay, means whatever the AC voltage is there, that we can step up or step down as per our requirement. Okay, जर मला जास्त करायचं असेल तर मी काय वापरणार आहे, I am going to use this step up transformer. If I have to raise the voltage, if I have to decrease the voltage, then what I am going to do, I am going to use the step down transformer. So the very important advantages of AC system is that AC voltage can be stepped up or stepped down as per the requirement with the help of a very important device, that is nothing but the transformer. हे DC system मध्ये possible आहे का, whether this is possible in the DC system, whether this is possible in the DC system? No. Why it is not possible in the DC system? Because transformer is not going to work on DC. Transformer is going to work on the AC. Okay, transformer is going to work on the AC. It is not going to work on DC. That's why we are going to say that whatever the AC system is there, as far as the advantages of AC system is concerned, the AC voltage which is stepped up and stepped down by using a device, that is nothing but the transformer. And what is the third advantages? Whatever the AC substation is there, its maintenance is somewhat easy and cheaper as compared to the DC system. Okay, म्हणजे AC सिस्टीम आहे, त्या AC सिस्टीम मध्ये जे काय आपण सबस्टेशन वापरणार आहोत, आपण बघितलं बघा, वी हॅव सीन द टिपिकल AC पॉवर सप्लाय स्कीम, त्याच्यामध्ये आपण एक पार्ट बघितला होता, कुठला, सबस्टेशन. ओके, सो व्हॉट एव्हर द मेंटेनन्स ऑफ दॅट सबस्टेशन, किंवा तुम्ही आपण बाहेर सुद्धा बघितलेलं असू शकतील, आता तिथं बिल वगैरे भरायला जातो, किंवा तुम्ही ते आपलं सांगोला रोडचं मी जसं सांगितलं ते पण बघू शकतील असतील तुम्ही. व्हॉट एव्हर द सबस्टेशन मेंटेनन्स इज देअर इन द AC सिस्टीम is very easy as and very cheaper, swast, as compared to the DC system. Okay, but one thing keep in your mind, the very important advantages or the foremost advantage of DC system is that whatever the voltage is there, that we can step up or step down as per our requirement with the help of transformer. With the help of transformer. Okay, now which are the disadvantages of DC system? Sorry, AC system. C, requires more copper than the DC. Now, why the word copper came here? See, as we know that we are having different conductors are there. Okay, in AC system we are having this particular 3 conductor and one, what we can say, neutral line. But as far as DC system is concerned, we are having only 1 conductor and 1 neutral line. Means how many conductors will be required in the DC system? 2 conductors. And as far as this particular AC system is concerned, generally 4 conductors are required. So these conductors, whatever these conductors are there, they are generally made up of copper. Okay, they are generally made up from the copper. So whatever the, obviously if 4 conductors are there, so whatever the copper required in the AC system is obviously more as compared to the DC system. Okay, whatever the copper required. Why? Because here 4 conductors are present there. So whatever the copper required, why? Because these conductors generally made up from the copper. So whatever the copper required for this particular AC system is obviously more as compared to the DC system. Okay, got it everyone? Now, what is my next point? The presence of skin effect. आता स्किन इफेक्ट काय आहे हे फक्त तुम्ही आता लक्षात ठेवायचं. आपण ज्यावेळेस आपला लास्ट चॅप्टर बघणार आहोत, whenever we are going to see the last chapter, that is nothing but the mechanical design of overhead transmission line. In that chapter I will tell you what is the skin effect. Although it is not part of our particular what this chapter, I will tell you at the time of last, that is nothing but the what is the skin effect. Okay, and many of the time the question based on this skin effect is going to be asked into the examination. What is the last disadvantage? See, as far as the AC is concerned, we are having capacitance. Okay, so there is a continuous loss in the AC system due to the charging current which is required for the capacitor charging. Okay, तुम्ही बघितलं असेल, in the first year engineering you have studied chapter number 3, AC circuits. Okay, in that you are having the inductance, capacitance, resistance is there in the AC system. But as far as the DC system is concerned, there is no presence of inductance and capacitance there. Only resistance is present in the DC. So in the AC system is capacitance is present. So there is a continuous loss of power. Why it is happened? There is a continuous loss of power because the charging current which is required to charge the capacitor. Okay, whatever the charging current which is required to charge the capacitor, with the help of that charging current, what happens? There is a continuous power loss in the AC system. तुम्हाला माहित असेल, ज्यावेळेस आपण फर्स्ट चॅप्टर बघितला बेसिक इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये BEE मध्ये डीसी सर्किट, तिथं कुठेही there is no what we can say, there is no relation of capacitance inductance is there, only resistance is present. But as per as this particular, whenever we have moved toward the chapter number 3, that is nothing but the AC circuit, there is a presence of inductance, capacitance and the resistance also. So in the AC system, what happens? There is a presence of capacitance, and due to that there is a power loss due to the charging current which is required to charge the capacitor. सगळ्यांना कळलेलं आहेत का? Everybody got this advantages and disadvantages of this particular AC system?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whenever you are going to remind it, it's a very simple one. It is not that much difficult to remind this all things. कारण पण the important जे आहेत ते लक्षात ठेवा. Important advantages काय AC system चा? Which is the important advantages? We can step up or the step down voltage as per our requirement with the help of step up, or sorry, with the help of one device which is nothing but the transformer. Okay, so these are the advantages, or we can say advantages and disadvantages of the AC system. Now we will move towards the DC system. See, so which are the advantages of DC system? Now see, I have told you, DC system require only 2 conductors as compared to the 3 for the AC transmission. बघा मी मगाशी सांगितलं होतं, as far as this particular what we can say AC system is concerned, we require the 3 conductors there, or we can say 3 conductors and 1 neutral is there. That is nothing but the RYB, and that is this EN is nothing but the neutral. So this is nothing but the 3-phase AC transmission system. But as far as the DC system is concerned, we will require only 2 conductors. 2 conductor in the sense, first this 1 conductor and second is the neutral. So how many conductors are required? Only 2 conductors are required. So this is the foremost another advantages of DC system. That is only 2 conductors are required in the DC system, whereas what we can say 3 or more than 3 conductors are required in this particular AC system. Okay, so this ह्याला advantage काय म्हणलंय बघा, because ह्याच्यात आता hidden motto काय आहे याचा, what is the hidden motto? Obviously the cost required for this particular 4 conductor is obviously more as compared to this 2 conductor. बरोबर आहे का? या 4 कंडक्टरला जेवढी कॉस्ट लागणार आहे ती ऑब्विसली व्हॉट एव्हर दी रिक्वायर्ड फॉर 2 कंडक्टर दॅट इज ऑब्विसली मोर. कारण इथं किती आहेत? इथं 3 किंवा 4 आहेत आणि इथं 2 आहेत, म्हणजे कॉस्ट कोणाची जास्त लागणार आहे? ऑब्विसली कॉस्ट रिक्वायर्ड इन दी एसी सिस्टम इज मोर. Okay, then second advantage, what is that? There is no inductance, capacitance or surge problem in DC transmission. Because बघा तुम्हाला ऑलरेडी सांगितलेलं आहे, मगाशीच सांगितलेलं आहे, what is that? There is no inductance is there, then there is no capacitance is there. So due to the absence of capacitance or inductance, so whatever the problems which is related to the inductance capacitance, that automatically get deleted from the DC transmission. Only one point is present, which is nothing but the resistance. Okay, surge म्हणजे काय? Surge is nothing but the what you can say somewhat over voltage. जर over voltage झालं तर त्याला तुम्ही काय म्हणताय? Surge. Okay, so there is no such a problem which is present in this particular DC system. आपण ऑलरेडी बघितलेलं आहे, डीसी सिस्टम मध्ये फक्त एकच कंपोनेंट प्रेझेंट आहे, दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी रेजिस्टन्स. But as far as the AC system is concerned, we are having the resistance, inductance, and the capacitance. So there is no presence of inductance, capacitance is there into the DC system. So whatever the problems are there related to the DC system of inductance and capacitance, that automatically get deleted. Okay. Now see, the third most advantages is that there is no skin effect in a DC system. म्हणजे तुम्ही काय सांगू शकताय? Another, what is the difference in AC and DC system? In AC system, skin effect is present, but in DC system, there is no skin effect. Okay, and the next point is that as well as less corona loss. Okay, now whatever this corona word is there, this corona word is not related to now COVID-19. Okay, so as far as our transmission is concerned, in our transmission there is a presence of corona loss. हे पण आपण चॅप्टर नंबर लास्टच्या चॅप्टर मध्ये शिकणार आहे, व्हॉट इज द स्किन इफेक्ट अँड व्हॉट इज द कोरोना लॉस. ओके, सो दिस इज देयर आर or what we can say the skin effect is not present in the what we can say DC system, but skin effect is present in the AC system. So as far as the corona loss is concerned, the corona loss in the DC systems are less, but in AC system the corona loss is more. Okay, and the last advantages of DC system is that in a DC transmission system there is no stability or synchronizing difficulties. Stability म्हणजे तुमची सिस्टीम किती स्टेबल आहे. ओके, how your system is stable, that is decided with the help of stability. But whatever the problem which is related to the stability, that will not be happen in this particular DC transmission system. Okay, but and synchronizing means whenever we have to connect one line with the another line and we have to go for its proper continuous operation, then we can say it is synchronization. मला एक लाईन दुसऱ्या लाईनशी कनेक्ट करायची आहे, दुसऱ्या लाईनला तिसऱ्या लाईनशी कनेक्ट करायचं आहे आणि त्याचं प्रॉपर ऑपरेशन करायचं आहे, त्यालाच काय म्हणणार आहे? यू कॅन कॉल इट इज नथिंग बट दी सिंक्रोनायझेशन. So as far as this particular DC system is concerned, there is a never difficulty arises in the stability, or there is a no synchronizes difficulties arises in the DC system. It is the stability, whatever the stability problems are there, these are less, or you can say there is no stability problem in DC system, but in AC system stability problems are there and synchronizing difficulties are also there. Okay, so these are the advantages related to the what I can say DC system. Now we are going to study which are the disadvantages of this particular DC system. Now the foremost advantages of DC system is that the electrical power that cannot be generated at a higher DC voltage level. Okay, the very most disadvantage of DC system is that we cannot generate electrical power at the higher voltage. त्यामुळे तर आपण यूज करताना जनरली कुठला यूज करतोय, वी आर गोइंग टू यूज दी एसी सिस्टीम. कारण एसी सिस्टीम आपण किती व्होल्टेजला जनरेट करू शकतो आणि त्यांना त्याच्यापासून किती पण स्टेप अप करू शकतो आणि किती पण स्टेप डाऊन करू शकतो. ओके, सो द फोरमोस्ट डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ डीसी सिस्टीम इज दॅट we cannot generate the electrical power at the higher voltage, or you can say at high DC voltage. This is the foremost disadvantage of DC system. Okay, now as you know that obviously transformer is not going to work on the DC system, or a transformer is not going to work on DC. That's why it is impossible for us to step up or step down the DC voltage with the help of transformer. म्हणजे आता जर सपोज मला काय करायचं आहे, 22 किलोव्होल्ट डीसी जनरेट करायचं आहे. ओके, आणि त्याला 45 किलोव्होल्ट करायचं आहे. इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर मी टू डू दॅट बिकॉज ट्रान्सफॉर्मर इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क ऑन डीसी. म्हणजे मला जनरेट करताना किती करावं लागणार आहे, 45 किलोव्होल्ट जनरेट करावं लागणार आहे. कारण का, मला स्टेप अप पण करता येत नाही आणि स्टेप डाऊन पण करता येत नाहीये. त्यामुळे डीसी सिस्टीम मध्ये काय, जेवढं मला पाहिजे तेवढं मला डिरेक्टली तेवढं जनरेट करावं लागणार आहे. त्यामुळे ते काय सांगतायत, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर अस टू जनरेट दी एसी डीसी ॲट हायर व्होल्टेज. अँड व्हॉट इज माय सेकंड डिसएडवांटेजेस, as transformer is not going to work on DC, that's why what happened, it is not possible for us to step up or step down the DC voltage. Okay, and the third and very important, that is whatever the DC switches or circuit breakers are there, they have their own limitation. म्हणजेच काय, आता switches आणि circuit breaker हे काय आहेत, these are nothing but the protecting equipment which are used in the substation. सबस्टेशन मध्ये हे काय म्हणून यूज करतात, आपण यांना प्रोटेक्टिंग इक्विपमेंट म्हणून यूज करतो. ओके, त्यामुळं व्हॉट एव्हर दी प्रोटेक्टिंग इक्विपमेंट, स्विचेस आर देअर, सर्किट ब्रेकर्स आर देअर इन दी डीसी सबस्टेशन, त्यांची कॉस्ट ही हाय आहे ऍज कम्पेअर्ड टू दी एसी सबस्टेशन. ओके, व्हॉट एव्हर दी स्विच गिअर इक्विपमेंट. आता स्विच गिअर इक्विपमेंट म्हणजे काय, द इक्विपमेंट विच आर यूज फॉर द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर सिस्टीम, त्यालाच तुम्ही काय म्हणताय, स्विच गिअर इक्विपमेंट. whenever you are entering into the final year, you are having one subject, that is switch gear and protection. Okay, which are that subject, that is switch gear and protection. पण तुम्ही इथे काय लक्षात ठेवणार आहात, स्विच गिअरचं मीनिंग काय आहे, स्विच गिअर इज नथिंग बट दी different equipment which is used for the protection of the system. So what happen, whatever the different switch gear equipments are there into the DC system, they are having high cost as compared to the AC system. And if cost is higher, then what, there is a obviously limitation of money. Okay, so these are the what we can say disadvantages of DC system. But very two important disadvantages of DC system is that first, we cannot generate the DC voltage at higher level. Why? म्हणजे त्याचाच कॉन्व्हर्स काय, किंवा ते का जनरेट करू शकत नाही आपण हायर व्होल्टेजला, कारण का, तर व्हॉट एव्हर द ट्रान्सफॉर्मर इक्विपमेंट इज देअर, दॅट ट्रान्सफॉर्मर इक्विपमेंट इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क ऑन DC. Transformer is only going to work on AC. Okay, transformer कशात वर्क करतोय, they are only going to work it on AC. That's why it is difficult into the DC transmission or in a DC system to step up or step down the voltage. Everybody got this one? Advantages of AC system, DC system, advantages of DC system. हाँ, सगळ्यांना कळलेलं आहे का? Whether got it everyone?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, काय students? Some of the students are joined now. Might be, I think they are having appointment with our PM or CM. Whether it is correct? रोल नंबर 27 मकरध्वज मोरे आहे का? आवाज येते का? रोल नंबर 27 मकरध्वज मोरे. काय लोक आता जॉईन झालेत. मे बी त्यांची सीएम किंवा पीएम सोबत अपॉइंटमेंट होती दिसते, त्यामुळे ते आता जॉईन झालेत. वेळ नसेल त्यांना लेक्चर जॉईन व्हायला. So we have covered the last point from this chapter, that is nothing but the comparison of AC and DC system. Now आता तुम्हाला जर comparison विचारलं तर तुम्ही लिहिताना पण असंच लिहिणार. कसं लिहिणार? You can write in this way only. That is, first of all, you take the AC system, write its advantages and disadvantages, and then go for the DC system. Then what we can say, write its advantages and the disadvantage. Okay. So see, as far as our chapter number 4 is concerned, only 4 points are there in our chapter number 4. See, I have given here syllabus, that is electrical supply system, then typical AC power supply scheme, then comparison of AC and DC system, and comparison between overhead and underground system. So we have covered this part, that is electrical supply system, which involves, or electrical power system involves 3 systems. First, the generation system, transmission system, and the distribution system. Generation system is used for the generation of voltage. Transmission system is used to carry the power from generating station to the distribution station. And the generating distribution system is used to distribute the power to this particular, what we can say, distribute the power to this particular consumer. And the last part, that is nothing but the typical AC power supply scheme we have covered. As far as this particular typical AC power supply scheme is concerned, we have drawn the diagram and then we have explained each and every part. Then we have covered overhead and underground system. And as far as the overhead and underground system is concerned, we have different items are there. On basis of that, we have covered the difference between or comparison between overhead and underground system. It may be a fault location, initial cost, chances of faults, safety, useful life, appearance, maintenance cost, flexibility, conductor size, proximity effect, and application. Based on this point, we have covered what we can say, or we have discussed the comparison between overhead and underground system. And at last, as far as the comparison of AC and DC system is concerned, we have seen this particular advantages and disadvantages of AC system, and then we have seen the advantages and disadvantages of DC system. So everybody got this point? सगळ्यांना हे आता लक्षात राहील का? काय आहेत advantages, disadvantages, किंवा काय म्हणतो त्याला, ओव्हरहेड अंडरग्राउंड सिस्टीमचा फरक लक्षात राहील का सगळ्यांना? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just wait. We will take attendance. Okay. So see, and another one question I want to ask you that whether you have drawn the sheets, all student.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All are, have completed. Only how many sheets are there? I think 4 to 5, four sheets are there, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everybody drawn it correctly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what will happen within what I can say 2 to 3 days? What I will do, I will just put one link there. Okay. For uploading the that sheets there. पण आता सगळ्यांनी काय करायचं आहे मी तुम्हाला सांगितलेलं आहे. What you have to do? You have to combine all that sheets by scanning serially. Then you have to make that PDF file and give the what we can say name to that PDF file with your roll number. आता कसं द्यायचं सांगतो बघा. इथं तुम्हाला सांगतो how you have to give roll number आणि एक स्पेस इथं डॉट द्या आणि काय तुमचा 01 तर कुणाचा 02 कुणाचा 35 असेल तर 35 असं त्या PDF फाईलला नाव द्यायचं आणि त्या गुगल फॉर्म मध्ये अपलोड करायचं. म्हणजे ते काय झालं, दॅट इज अवर सबमिशन फॉर द टर्म वर्क. व्हॉट एव्हर दी सबमिशन विच इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द टर्म वर्क दॅट विल बी देअर. ओके.
ओके सर.
हा, याच्याप्रमाणे सगळ्यांनी अपलोड करणं गरजेचं आहे आणि ज्यांनी काढलेलं नसतील त्यांनी काढायला स्टार्ट करा. काय असं डिफिकल्ट नाहीये, 1-2 दिवसात बसलं तरी काढून होते. त्याच्यात अशी डिफिकल्टी अशी काहीच नाहीये. ओके. कारण त्यातलं आपण आता टिपिकल एसी पॉवर सप्लाय स्कीम आपण स्टडी केलेला आहे. त्याच्यानंतर आता आपल्याला लास्ट पार्ट कुठला स्टडी करायचा जो की आपल्याला लास्ट पार्टला करायचे आहेत. जे तुम्ही सपोर्ट्स काढले, टाइप्स ऑफ सपोर्ट म्हणजे काय काय काढलं, आरसीसी पोल काढले, वुडन पोल्स काढले, त्याच्यानंतर टॉवर्स काढले. ओके. दॅट वी हॅव टू स्टडी इन दी लास्ट चॅप्टर. ते आपल्याला लास्ट चॅप्टर मध्ये स्टडी करायचं आहे. ओके. सो केअर यू नीड टू टेक इज दॅट व्यवस्थित ड्रॉ करा, पेन्सिलने करा, कुठेही पेनाचा यूज करू नका. डोंट यूज द पेन एनिवेअर ऑन द शीट्स. ओके. आणि स्कॅन करताना पण व्यवस्थित स्कॅन करा. म्हणजे पहिल्यांदा 4थी शीट लावली आहे, परत 2 नंबरची शीट, परत 1 नंबरची आणि परत 3 नंबरची असं नाही. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल शीट नंबर फर्स्ट ऍट द टाइम ऑफ स्टार्टिंग, देन शीट नंबर सेकंड, थर्ड अँड फोर्थ अशा वेळी तुम्ही स्कॅन करा. ओके. and make it the PDF file only. Don't make it JPG and all these things. Make it PDF. Okay. This care you need to take. कळतंय का सगळ्यांना? नोटीस केलेली आहे का? बरेचसे जण परत म्हणतात माहित नव्हतं सर, हे नव्हतं ते नव्हतं. Got it everyone?
Yes, sir.
And another one point. Maybe what will happen as we have covered this chapter number 5 there might be today or tomorrow we will take the what we can say, or we will start with the next chapter. Then we will think what it will happen, or otherwise we will take revision again on this chapter because many of students, some students were there, some students were not there, and then we will start with the next chapter. Okay.